Dado. So, I've got a question for you. Peter Sterling, 61 years old. He's retired from football commentary. He's quit Channel 9. What do you know about Sterlo? I like Sterlo. I think he's a good guy. But the first thing I remember is you lived on Blewett Crescent. And how many metres from your house is Turvey Park, you reckon, where Sterlo used to play for the Turvey Park Club?
Yeah. You're thinking of the Australian rules, which is only 50 metres from our place.
Isn't that where he played rugby?
No, but the Turvey Park ground is about a kilometre away.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's something new. I always thought I'd run around on the oval that Sterlo ran round on.
If you remember where our house was, that was in Blewett Crescent and Fernley Road. And Fernley Road, if you go up Fernley Road, just to the top of the hill and turn left, that takes you to the Turvey Park ground.
Now, he's a lot younger than you. Did you ever see him in person in Wagga as a young lad? Or know of him playing footy or anything?
No, but I think I played many, many times against the RAF. And that's where I think he played. Either for the RAF or something. He had something to do with the RAF.
Really?
In Wagga.
Yeah, right. The Mortimer brothers are from Wagga, and they're roughly his age too, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you didn't have much to do with them, or did you know of them, or had you long gone to Canberra and Darwin and all that by then?
I'd long gone to Canberra.
Is that, I think, Sterlo's 61, you're 78, so that what's that? He's a lot younger, isn't he, really?
Oh, yeah.
When you think about it.
He's 16 years younger, 17 years younger.
Yeah. I really like Sterlo, though. I reckon a fucking excellent video would be you and Sterlo sitting down talking about footy.
I think two guys who'd like to sit down and talk to each other are Sterlo and Steve Mortimer.
Yeah, right.
Mind you, I always reckon the best Mortimer boy was Chris Mortimer.
Sterlo would sort of personally know all those Mortimers, wouldn't he?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I saw a photo of Sterlo's house on another subject that he sold a few years ago for $4 million on the Central Coast of New South Wales. You should see how the guy was living. It's a palace. I mean, it's a real palace.
Yeah, Sterlo's time had Mick Cronin and what's his name? Jack Gibson was the coach. And Jack Gibson had his finger in many, many financial pies. And I think you'll find that he has steered a lot of the Eels players at the time into great fortunes.
Yeah, right. I believe Sterlo was very close with Jack Gibson and kind of mentored by him.
Yeah, well, Jack Gibson used to travel to America several times a year, and he had a lot of connections with what they call the NFL, the National Football League, which is gridiron. I can't think of the name of the main person he used to deal with, but he had a lot of connections, Jack Gibson.
Yeah, right.
And Jack Gibson was a very ordinary second row for East. Very ordinary.
Dad, this is saying that I've got a low battery, but I'm on the charger, so I wonder if it's charging. Hang on. Alrighty, so we've got some power on the phone and we're still driving along the Steve Irwin Way towards Caloundra, talking about Sterlo's retirement. So you were saying that Jack Gibson was a very connected businessman, and with the Parramatta Eels, and I think you even said Canterbury as well. So
no, Eastern Suburbs.
Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah.
Did he end up coaching them? Is that what you're saying?
He played at Eastern Suburbs.
Jack Gibson did.
And I think he coached them in the days of Russell Fairfax.
Okay, but the point is that he helped a lot of men learn how to turn the money they were on for playing football into more money and that, right?
Yeah.
Instructed them in business a bit.
And also how to make them better men.
Yeah, right. And that you were saying that, like, say, the Parramatta Eels with Paul Taylor and and Sterlo, and they won a few premierships, and Mick Cronin and all that, Eric Groth, and they were all pretty close mates, and there must have been something going right there, you know.
Yeah, it had to be. It had to be. You just don't win that many premierships and produce so many good players unless something's going very, very right. And that includes amongst the players.
Well, Paul Taylor showed Peter Sterling the North Coast, and that's where he ended up buying a house and living. So they're close friends, it seems.
Yeah, well, in the power days of the Broncos, they used to look after, like, what's his name?
Wayne Bennett looked after people.
No. One of the Walters boys. There's
Jared Stephen Kerrod, I think, with the Walters.
Kerrod Walters was introducing all the Broncos to
real estate on the Sunshine Coast.
real estate up at what's the name, Springs.
Bridge Springs.
Bridge Springs.
Yeah, right.
A lot of them bought up there, and all through connections with the more powerful and more sensible Bronco guys.
Yeah, right. But I loved Peter Sterling as a player. I really did. I can remember going and watching him as a young man out at Bruce Stadium, being very excited, especially when him and Paul Taylor, they had the same haircut nearly, same build nearly, and that they had the tips through their hair and all that. And they both sort of, I don't know, they sort of just seemed to be fit and move the same way and all that. And so you had these two blokes running around, you know, doing, you know, being exciting, you know. And all the girls were into Sterlo, weren't they, back then?
Yeah, he had long locks. And he was a good guy.
Pretty boy and all that, yeah. They loved Sterlo. He's a good guy. I like Sterlo. One of the things I like about Sterlo is he always said, like, I remember I was around at this mate's place and they're all crapping on about something that went on, Fatty and everybody. And this guy at full speed had done a one-arm left-handed pickup with one hand, and that's one of the reasons why he was able to sprint off and score the try. And everyone in my room was saying this, and I said, and I thought about what would Dad say, and I said, oh, what about the pickup? And then Sterlo straight away said, after I said it, he went, what about the pickup? And I was like, yeah, Dad and him from Wagga, they both think it the same, and yeah, the pickup was the impressive thing of everything that went on that particular try. Fuck, this phone's low on power again.
But you know how he can do a pickup like that?
Practicing it.
Practice. And you do it left and right-handed.
Over and over again. But this guy did it at full fucking speed. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, Sterlo, he let everyone else say their piece, and then he just went, but what about the pickup?
There's nothing to it so long as you practice.
Yeah.
It's a way of swiveling your waist a little bit, curving your hand a little bit, and watching that very part of where the ball is near the ground. So you've got to watch the ball the entire way. But you can do it either speed, either hand.
But do you think there'd be many people practicing that skill though?
No, they do. They do it a little bit in Australian rules, but it's mainly just for the rolling ball and the rolling ball that's coming at you.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But I loved Sterlo as a commentator. I mean, he wasn't exciting like Rex Mossop or whatever, but he nonetheless he was definitely great to have there. Like I liked Rabs and oh my god and all that stuff, you know. But yeah,
the Sterlo used to dissect it.
Yeah. Well, they showed that the other day that he was the first one in Australia to, you know how they can draw on the screen. So he drew this man away here and draw an arrow, and then he drew these two defenders here, then he ran through here. You know, he used to do the dissection with the pen on the screen and all that. Yeah, apparently they showed him that tool, but he took to it really, really well.
What did he call it? The worm or something?
Did he?
Oh, there was a small name, like worm.
For the screen and the pen on the screen and all that?
No, for the business of indicating with a pointer.
Yeah,
Call
yeah,
it
right.
The worm, I think.
Oh, righto.
And then there'd be a circle.
Yeah, okay. Like Fatty's done tremendous things for football commentary and presenting footy on the Footy Show and all that. But tell you what, I think the fact that it was him and Sterlo together, that was the formula.
Yeah, it was a formula. I don't think anybody listened to Fatty Horton on his own. He's a bit of a meathead.
I think he's got a pretty good sense of humour, Fatty.
Yeah, he's got his point.
And I think he, well, I don't know, he can't be that stupid. I don't know.
No, it's not that he's stupid. It's just that he was never any really great footballer. He was okay, and certainly better than me, but
Well,
he's not one of the greats.
Yeah, but he's a marketing guy,
No.
and he had an in with the network. What did you expect him to go as the world's shittest player? And you know what I mean?
No, they're not going to say that.
No. So I think he's. I don't think he's lacking humility or anything, Fatty.
I saw him score some good tries.
Left lane.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, well, I never minded Fatty as a player either. I thought he was good. Yeah, I think he stood out because they call, he's named after Fatty Finn and had the red hair and looked like the cartoon character as well. It's a bit like the bloke later on that they used to call the Count, that just looks like the Count from Sesame Street, like you wouldn't believe. I can't think of his name at the moment, but I think he was a Lebanese bloke. Remember the Count?
Yep.
And the other funny one was the bloke that Stephen used to play a lot of rugby union with. He ended up playing for the Raiders, and he was Prince. Remember Prince? I'm trying to think who that was. His name's evading me. He had a Full of Eye, maybe? Craig Full of Eye, does that sound right?
No, there was